Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Sam or xJawz, and welcome to my second gold gun video ever. This is the golden M16, which was the second weapon that I purchased gold camo for. And you know what, I gotta say, the M16 has been a gun that I've been appreciating more and more and more as I progress through Call of Duty. Originally I was like, yeah, the M16, and then I was like, I kind of went through, excuse me, a series of different thoughts on the M16. At first I was like, hooray, it's coming back. Then once I finally tried it out, I was like, yeah, without stopping power, it's really not that great and not worth using. Then once I found the G11, I was like, fuck the M16, it's the worst piece of shit ever. And then when I found the M16 for the second time, when I was, just kind of going through the prestiges and forced to use the M16 towards the beginning, I was like, this really isn't a bad gun. And it wasn't until finally a couple days ago where I unlocked the G11 on, I believe, my 13th prestige, and I was like, alright, I've been liking the M16 lately, but it might just be that, that's all I've been using, so I've been liking it. So I compared the M16 to the G11, and I gotta tell you guys, M16 won. I'm really liking it. I don't like the cluttered iron sights of the G11. The G11 does have one thing that I really like about it, which is its hip fire. It has SMG hip fire, for those of you guys who don't know. For some reason, Infinity Ward, what is this, 2009, Treyarch decided to make the G11 not only have a really fast rate of fire, but also allow it to have SMG hip fire. So it actually is more accurate from the hip than any assault rifle would be normally. But as you noticed, or as you may have noticed towards the beginning of this game, I actually have steady aim on my M16. I'm rolling with hardline, steady aim, and ninja, and I'll tell you, it is treating me well. I played defensively. I was mostly literally defending flags, trying to keep them off B for the majority of this game with my M16. So at a distance, I wasn't suffering too much because, obviously if they're pretty far from me, it's not going to be too much trouble for me to, not have the sleight of hand pro benefit, which would be my alternative perk if I wasn't using steady aim. But with steady aim, close range encounters are just so much easier to hip fire and be accurate with, and you'll see that demonstrated quite a few times throughout this game. And it's just something I've really liked recently. The M16 is one of the guns that I do like the red dot sight standard on, well, regardless of the reticle color. The reticle color seriously doesn't make any difference in my opinion. Certain ones stand out better on the backgrounds of certain maps. For example, if you're playing on WMD, most of it's like gray and blue and stuff like that, so I wouldn't recommend using the blue reticle or the cayenne reticle. I would recommend using any other color, red, green, yellow, doesn't really matter. So that's really like a map to map thing, but I find that yellow and green usually stand out on most of the maps. There aren't many maps out there that are yellow or green, so those are the two reticle colors that I've been using. Really, reticle color doesn't, again, make that much of a difference, but as far as the actual reticle, the design of it, the M16, I like the standard dot. The FAMAS, as you guys know, lines with dot is the one that I like there, and then the Commando, which is the only other weapon which I really use frequently enough to tell you guys which reticle I like. I like that little mini X, and I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a pretty cool reticle, and it definitely, you know what? I was talking to one of my friends from the team that I just joined called Team Fear. You guys may or may not know them, but I'll be talking about that a lot more in future videos. But he was telling me that it's all in my head. That doesn't really matter. It's all in my head. And I've talked to a lot of people about this who play professionally. I've been, playing a lot more game battles recently, and a lot of people seem to agree with me that there are certain reticles that, are easy, that help you control your gun better. And I thought I'd, ask you guys, what do you guys think? As get killed by that guy sitting in the corner, because I definitely understand where he's coming from, that a lot of the things in this game may be in your head. I remember in Call of Duty 4, a lot of people claimed that if you used a certain camo on a certain gun, it would get, or if you use woodland camo on the M16, you would one burst people all the time and stuff like that, or more often. And it was all bullshit as far as I know. I don't think any of that stuff was for real. But anyway, back to this game right here. As you can see, moving around a lot, and I chose this game. I thought it would be an interesting game to upload because of the fact that instead of having like 60% of my kills be with my air support and like 40 with my gun, it was actually kind of like the opposite of that, or maybe even more so than that. It was like maybe like 75% with my gun. The whole like first 75% of this game, I didn't get any lethal air support. I didn't get my dogs or my chopper gunner, so you're just seeing me run around with this. And then towards the very end of this game, I get dogs and I get chopper gunner, and they go to town. I'll tell you guys, the dogs is a kill streak that I've kind of put to rest before. I was like, not a great kill streak, not gonna use it, but sometimes using the chopper gunner and the gunship is a bad idea. The other game in a domination match, I got 3 chopper gunners and 3 gunships and only got to use 3 out of the 6 of those, and it was just like a huge, I was just like, this is bullshit, like I'm not gonna be using this anymore. So I switched to the chopper gunner and attack dogs. That way I can sort of overlap them, but because there was enough time in this game, I didn't have to. But should I, if I had had the gunship, it would have lasted longer than dogs last. Right there, that guy got a quad nade, and I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much the end of the game. The thing is, here at the end, the dogs are going to go to town. You're going to see here in the fast-forwarded version, look, these dogs are just absolutely raping these guys. Just thought I'd speed that up and speed up the chopper gunner. And I think the final score of this game is going to be 69-5. Definitely not a bad score. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the golden M16, and leave a comment and let me know which golden gun you would like me to get next. Bye.